What's up, everybody? See, there's a couple people in here already, so I figured I'd turn it on early. Let me know in the chat how the audio's coming through. And I say that as the music ends. There is about a 10-second delay between my speaking and you guys being able to hear it, so I'll do my best to keep up with the chat, and we'll go ahead and wait until 9 o'clock before we officially kick things off. Thanks, fellas. Hey, what's up, Daddy G? And Casey, it's my favorite yes man. Bob F., how's it going? So this is probably going to be pretty exciting to some folks, maybe a little boring to some folks, definitely disappointing to a few people, but I guess such is life. Mr. Manor, how's it going? I think you'll find this is not quite the live stream that you do, but I've only ever claimed to be just above mediocre, right? All right, the soap purveyor himself. What's up, Mr. Murray? Also, I figured I'd save everybody from having you look at my face, so that's one bright spot tonight. Hey, thanks, Daddy G. I appreciate it. Hey, you guys got to keep it on the down low. Like, if people start, word gets around that I'm way above mediocre, they might start charging me money. Or set overly high expectations, and that would be awful. Thomas, is that the T flip? Huh. Yeah, I can't wait until the Pro Am gets here either. That should be pretty cool. I haven't even seen any of the cars that have been entered in it yet. But honestly, at this point, I'm just hoping I can have this tournament wrapped up before those cars start arriving. T Flip is the one everyone knows. Oh man. All right, 3 minutes. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited to say I was able to figure out how to play the YouTube audio library on a continuous loop in the background. That was like a major leap for me. Deadhead Seth, what's up? It's like we're on a Zoom call for scouts all over again. So if you've joined us in the last couple minutes, I'm waiting until 9 to get started. Um, and there is a bit of a delay between when I'm speaking and when you're typing and when you actually hear me. Um, I messed with all the latency settings and it didn't seem to have any effect. So, oh yeah. So after the pro-am, no, there's actually a so that's something I'll talk about, the death race. But immediately after the pro-am, I'm doing the House Cup. So it's a loosely based Harry Potter theme, and it's going to be a charity race. So depending on which color your car is that you send in, you'll be associated with one of four charities, just like the four Harry Potter houses. And the winner of the tournament, the charity that's associated with that color, that car's color, will get all the charity money. I'm a little behind on putting on out information about that. Oh, and no minis. I want British cars, but no minis. And this is the part where everybody grumbles about no minis. Hufflepuff is the worst. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. This will either be really great or a complete disaster. So, welcome everybody to Indiana Diecast Racing, home of just above mediocre live YouTube broadcasting events. You guys know I'm Jim D, and I guess I can't really say events, can I? Since, like this is the first one. Tonight's going to be exciting, I hope, with absolutely no racing involved, unless I need a bathroom break, in which case I'm going to be racing to and from my desk. Tonight we're going to be announcing the winners of the second chance wild card cars that got eliminated but no longer are in the tournament, whatever you want to call it, fan vote. Then sorting everybody into their round two groups. I guess that's kind of a loosely based Harry Potter reference too. All right. Since we finished round one with 86 drivers, I figured we would start with, we'd solve the weird number of groups problem early. So that being said, I asked you guys to vote for an additional 10 drivers so that we would have an even 24 groups of 4 cars in round two. And you may be asking, but Jim, you said only 9 drivers are getting a second chance. And yep, you'd be right. But technically, so was I. A mystery driver has arrived in the last week or two here, super late to the party, and I'm using my commissioner's prerogative to add him to the field. So if you guys are ready, we're going to go ahead and get to the big reveal. All right. So I've got the list of 10 drivers that we're going to reveal that are getting 9 drivers that are getting a second chance and 1 driver that's getting a first chance in the second round. But first I want to start with the 5 drivers that just missed getting in on the second chance vote. Okay, so give me just a second, and we're going to share them by pictures. So the first driver, I know he's in the chat room right now. This is the first driver that did not get into the second round, but was really close and got a lot of votes. So the first one is, of course, Mr. Daddy G from G4 Diecast Racing and Fancy Pants. So this will be the last time we see Fancy Pants, but he nearly made it. But I think Daddy G will be okay since he's got like 37 other cars in the tournament, right? Okay. All right, the next one, if I can find him, from 50 Tree Racing, Rambo and his T-Bird also just missed getting into the second round. But that's a sweet looking paint job. All right. The next one, I haven't seen him in the chat tonight, but I did see him live earlier tonight. The next one did not make the next round. Is Nick Devers and his 57 Chevy. Sorry, Nick. But that car did get quite a few more votes than I was expecting, honestly. Okay, and then the next driver that did not make the second round, and I'm not going to go through all of these. This is just the top 5 that didn't make it. This is one that I voted for that I was, really hoping would make the next round, because you guys know at this point I'm all about team trucks. So Josh Miller in his Anglia panel truck. Very, very close. He was the second car out. And then I think this is gonna break this guy's heart that this particular car did not make it in. But I think he'll be all right since he's got 2 other cars that made it into the second round based on wins, and that is Gray Wizard from We Race Diecast, his green T-Bird, which, if I'm remembering right, that was actually one of the better T-Birds in the first round so far. So, all right. So those are the top 5 that did not make the second round. So now we're going to go let's start from the top. So the number 1 vote getting car in the second chance fan vote. And I'm really excited that this car is going to be back on the track because it looks sweet. It is Mr. Ken Olsen from the Maker's Box with his sweet Dr. Pepper 57 Chevy. I really think this car underperformed, and I expect good things from him here in the future. And I'm finding that I need like 3 monitors instead of 2 because this is tough. All right, the number 2 vote getting car. This is probably not much of a surprise to anybody, but Marty McFly will be back in the second round. And if you didn't know, this was actually submitted by Nick Devers. So Nick Devers' DeLorean, Marty McFly, has made the second round. And, it's probably a good thing, too, because I'm a little shocked he didn't make it in just by performance in the first round. He really got hosed. Okay. So this next driver is... Yeah, Josh did have a sweet ride. This next driver is a driver that I didn't tell anybody about this, but if he hadn't gotten the votes to go to round 2, I would have used my commissioner veto power to put him through anyways, because I know a lot of people, you either love or you hate the finish funnel, and I think this guy got hosed by the finish funnel more than anybody. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show him. That's Big Romy from Rivera Racing, driving the Mad Wagon. So he will be back for the second round. Congratulations, Big Romy. All right, the number 4 vote getting car, not an American car, but that's okay. And I think I saw him in here. Flip from Flips Racing, driving Sir Healy. We will see Sir Healy back again. Congratulations. And I got to check to see if this next driver's in the chat. I haven't seen him yet, but he may be lurking. Another one I'm excited to see, though I don't know how... I think he got in more on he got in more on looks than maybe track performance necessarily, but it was one that I had to include in the vote, and that is Not a Thief, driving Ape Crate. We'll see him back in the second round. And I don't know what happened to our music. Oh, there we go. Thanks, YouTube. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more reveals to do. The next driver moving on to the second round. I can't find his picture. All right, give me 1 second. I've got to hunt through another folder. High pressure. Lily the dog. Lily the dog will be back on the track in her Corvette. So congratulations, Lily. Now let's see if I get this file thing sorted out. Yep. All right. The next driver, this one was a surprise to me. I did not think this particular car would get enough votes to go through, but he did. Sneaky Bob from Vapor Racing in his 57 Chevy will be moving on. And the next one up, if you paid attention in the videos, I know I mentioned at least once that this was my favorite truck entry. Okay, favorite truck entry. The next car, moving on to round 2, is Terrible Ted from Herbie's Hot Wheels Skunk Works driving that sweet 56 Chevy truck. So, Terrible Ted, I will be rooting for you big time. All right. And this next one was kind of cool, and another surprise. I thought several other cars would get a lot more votes than this particular car, but I think it'll look really familiar because in a way it was almost a clone to another vehicle that just happened to win Best in Show. So congratulations to Bad Baron and his 55 Chevy. He will be moving on and racing again. All right, and I've only got one more to reveal. So those are all the cars from the fan vote. So congratulations to everybody that made it in. And let me pause for a second. I do want to say I apologize if I didn't include your car in the fan vote. It was nothing against you. Just obviously with like 170 cars, I had to make cuts somewhere. So I tried to pick the ones that that I thought would do the best or looked really good. Yep, DRT3K, A-Bear, and the Blue 57 did not make the list for moving on to the next round. I'm sorry. All right, so the late arrival driver who's starting in round 2, and that's totally on my call, so you can be mad at me, driving in a 51 Studebaker Commander named Natural Habitat from Gen X Vintage Racing. It's Kit Kayum. So thanks to Kit for sending this sweet car in. We'll get to see how it does sometime in the next few weeks, I hope. So that is the final reveal. Who squeaked in? So I think the last car in based on number of votes was Bad Baron. And there were a half dozen other cars and drivers basically right behind him within, 2 or 3 votes. And folks, thanks for voting because there were over 100 vote submissions sent in. And man, thank God for Google Drive, because if that couldn't compile it all for me, it would have taken me hours. So congratulations to everybody who's in. And I'm going to pull up some other things here. So this may be the most insane wheel of names you've ever seen. And I'm looking forward to this part because now I can get to see what you guys are all chatting while I do this. So if I wasn't responding to you, I apologize. All right. So we've got the long list of drivers. We've got all 24 groups empty right now that we're going to get filled. And we've got the most insane wheel of names I think I've ever seen. So I'm going to get a drink of water. All right. Are you guys ready to go? So let's get the first one started. And the first driver of group number one, it is Rowan driving that. I think that's that Willis Jeepster uh, thingy truck. Oh man! All right, so now you guys are gonna have to bear with me as I do a little search to find Rowan, because if I don't do this now, I'm never gonna remember that I need to do this. All right, we're just gonna start typing stuff. All right, so Rowan is in group one. The next driver is Dee Dee. Ooh, Dee Dee had a really fast vehicle, so that should be pretty interesting. And the next driver is Sawyer. Ooh, we got two trucks in one round or one group. To me, that's a good thing because that increases the chances that a truck is going to make round three. And then Hey Hey. Hey Hey is the last driver in group one. So we've got Rowan, Dee Dee, Sawyer, and Hey Hey. Two trucks, 57 and I can't remember what that one's called right now. Somebody help me out in the chat. All right, round two. First driver is Daddy G, and what is that? Blue Flame, I think it is. If you're wondering what that 40 is, I mean, he sent 40 cars in, so I had to number them to keep track of them. All right. Who's going up against Daddy G? It's Maria Harden. Maria Harden from Pennsylvania will be the first driver going up against Daddy G. And then driver number 3 is Mike Mason. Mike Mason is a driver from just up the road from me, a local boy. So good luck to Mike. Should say local guy. And driver number 4 is Mopar Mac. So a sweet little combination of cars there for group number 2. And YouTube, you gotta keep playing the music. It's not very helpful. Oh man. Oh, Purple Passion. Thanks, Chris. Yep, that's what Hey Hey is. That chrome Purple Passion. Oh yeah. Mad Mike, thank you. Okay, just looking at the chat. Yeah, Big Al, that is a shiny car. It would get the award for shiniest car in the sock hop, I think. All right, group number 3. We've got Rag Dog. I think that's a We Race diecast driver. Well, yeah, hence the sticker on the side. All right. Hey, there's Lily the dog. Lily the dog will be driving against Rag Dog in group 3. And driver number 3 is Artemis Lancaster. So Artemis had a number of really interesting castings that he sent in, and I think this is the only one that made round 2. Notice those skinny front wheels? That may have something to do with it. All right. Key Grant, one of Key's several submissions. I think this is the only one that Key had go through to round 2 as well. So he's got one of those heavy 8 crates. So good luck, Key. All right, moving on to group 4. Oliver James. So, man, if there's a few cars that made it through on points based, by the skin of their teeth, if I'm remembering right, Oliver James was one of them. Oh yeah, because he went to a sudden death runoff, and I think he's lucky he did, because he did better head-to-head than he did in group competition. K-Bird in that T-Bird will be driving against Oliver James. So I'm actually a little disappointed in the T-Birds. I thought we would have had a few more, especially the ones that were fully weighted down. Ooh, and Trent. Trent, you're going to have to help me, because, you know what? Where are you? You're up here, Trent. No, you're not. I forget what Trent's vehicle is. You guys got to help me out in the chat there. But we'll keep going, because we've only got, like 160 cars left to go. Gray Wizards. So Gray Wizards 57 will be driving in Group 4. Ooh, I like that matchup. Gray Wizard against Oliver James. That should be pretty good. All right, moving on to Group number 5. The first driver is Leo in that very nicely painted blue 57. Also driving with Leo is Chris Lowy, our man from Thailand. Folks, if you're not aware of Toontrack's diecast racing, you need to check out that channel. He's got a great competition going on right now. All right, so we're typing in Chris Lowy in his shoebox that he's borrowing. I don't remember who sent that one in, but thank you for doing so. All right, so we got a 57, a shoebox. Oh, and another 57. There's Sneaky Bob being sneaky. So two 57s in a shoebox. This is turning into a powerhouse group right here. With the fan vote, RTR, I think all 3 Gray Wizard cars are in round 2. All right, Brutal. Brutal is the only casting of that type, that 56 Ford Victoria. That's pretty cool. And man, I love those Goodyear Eagle tires. They really make it pop. All right, moving on to Group 6. Jimmy John from Silverback Racing. All right, we got a 57 in Group 6. Oh, there's Marty McFly. So Jimmy John's going to have to face off against the Time Traveler in Group 6. Yeah, Jake, I think you might be right. That shoebox might be an Uncle Elvis car. Did I miss it? What happened? All right. I looked away from my screen and I didn't see what came up. Okay, I didn't hit it yet. We're good. But we're going to yell at YouTube for stopping the music. Okay. So, Jimmy John and Marty McFly in Group 6. And Mr. Dark. Mr. Dark actually sent in 2 of these 55 Chevys. There was a white one that didn't make it past the first round, and then this one as well. And then Stan Watson. And I honestly don't remember what casting Stan sent in either. I need to look that up. Where's Stan? Oh, there he is. 59 Bel Air. So I'll be honest. I thought Stan's Bel Air was going to get rocked in round 1, and it actually ended up doing pretty well. So Jimmy John, Marty, Mr. Dark, and Stan in Group 6. All right, Group number 7. Oh, it's my baby brother, Josh D., driving that sweet Corvette. And you may notice it's got rubber tires on in the picture. Before the first round, I did swap those out for some, tires that would actually make him competitive. But unfortunately, the whole rest of his family got eliminated in the first round. Oh, and Chris Lowy's son, Racing Jason, also from Thailand, also driving a shoebox, which was also provided, I think, by Uncle Elvis. We'll be racing against my brother. Man, that's going to be tough. I don't know who I'm going to root for in that one. Oh, and there's Susan in her 57. And no, I don't know if that's the Susan. I doubt it. And driver number 4. There's another Daddy G car. I think that one's called Chrome and Fuego. I better write down Chrome or I'm going to forget that's the one. All right. Ooh, that's going to be a tough group as well. Moving on to Group 8. We've got Greek Freak. I think Greek quietly slid into round 2 on those Goodyear Eagles. And I think he raced quite a while ago because I don't quite remember that one. Hey there, Low Country. How you guys doing? Ooh, Rumble. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. We got 2 of those wagons going head to head. Come on, let's get a third wagon. And nope, we've got a 57 Remy 12 gauge. I think from Flips Racing. if I remember correctly, Remy 12 gauge was one that everybody was saying in the video comments was like literally like a bullet. Like it is stupid fast. So I think Remy's already my bet to win this group. And Elliot will also be joining Group 8 in a shoebox. And let's see, I got to find Elliot here because there were only 2 entries from that team. And I think, yep, Elliot and Easton from the Cash Money Boys. So, oh, they did both actually make round 2. So I guess we'll see Easton in a little bit. All right, so there's Group 8. Moving on to Group 9. Ha, you hope a Nomad wins? Yeah, well, it'll be interesting. Hey there, Shy Wheeler is in the house. What's up, guy? All right, Mudhen. Mudhen, this is the 55 that I know you can't see it from this angle, but this is the 55 that had the fuzzy dice hanging from the roof. I think he said it took like 4 hours to get him in there. And I can't believe they didn't fall off during racing. So Mudhen will be going up against the Feels in that Zamac looking 57. So we got a 55, a 57, and I think that's Nick Deaver's Cadillac. I'm literally going to write that, Nick Deaver's Cadillac, which also ended up being faster than I thought it would run. Oh, yep, Steve, thank you. That is right. The name of Mudhen's car is Egbar. I think that's short for Everything's Gonna Be All Right. And Cody Iron's truck, another truck in the house, will be in Group 9. So we got a 55, a 57, a caddy, and a truck. That should be an interesting group. All right. Oh, Terry. Terry is the first driver of Group 10. Also in one of those sweet Nomads. Going up against Terry is Marcus Firegone in a 57 Chevy. I don't know if you guys can tell, but a lot of these cars, between coming in the mail and racing on the track, got really dirty. All right, Griffin Cross. I believe, if I scroll up, Griffin Cross, yep, was technically the second car to arrive, but the first car to arrive from someone who isn't related to me. God, that was probably like 9 months ago now. Yeah, I agree, Shy. That pink Nomad does look pretty sweet. All right, Crazy Canuck. Crazy Canuck in his shoebox will be the 4th driver of group number 10. So I think we've got a Nomad, a 57, a 55, and a shoebox. Man, I love it when it works out like that. First driver of group 11, it's Ragtag Jim Houtman from, I think, Ragtag Racing, Rust Belt Racing. I can't keep you guys straight. All right. So Houtman's the guy who had that Frankenstein car that didn't quite make it out of the first round. And Daddy G, and I think that one's called Grandma's Sleeper. Daddy G will be joining Jim Houtman in Group 11. And we're going to put Grandma here. All right. Yeah, JP, good to see you, man. Yeah, I feel like these cars have been racing for about 2 years, too. All right, driver number 3 is Rusty Meyer in that 8 crate. And Big Romy, there he is. Big Romy will be driver number 4 in Group 11. I hope Big Romy is not the lightest car in that group because I think there were some heavy cars there. And Group 12. Okay. I think I said it wrong in the racing video. Cara Miller. Cara. And I don't think that's a wagon. I think this is a 5 Alive, which I guess is the same thing, but it's not. You guys tell me in the chat what the difference is between the two, other than like when they were released. Grandma does have a lead foot. There he is, Terrible Ted. I think if I'm rooting for someone other than my brother and other than Nathan, it's going to be Terrible Ted. So good luck, Mr. Ted. Driver number 3 is Dangerous Dawn. I feel like Kara should have had like an adjective before her name, like Crazy Kara Miller or something like that. Dangerous Dawn in her 57. And the final driver in Group 12 is Slammin' Sammy. See, we've got 3 drivers with adjectives in front of their names, and then we have Kara Miller. I'm just kidding. Well, from now on, she's Crazy Kara. Hey, Artemis, welcome. You know what? I'm going to scroll back up for you real quick. Your car that made it through to round 2 is driving in Group 3 against Ragdog, Lily, and Key Grant. All right, moving on to Group 13. We've got Doc. So I don't think I really called it out in the video, but you may have noticed that Doc's rear wing kind of became detached after entering the finish funnel or the finish tunnel. But I got it glued back on. I'm guessing it'll last about 1 lap, and then I'll have to glue it back on again. So I guess we'll see how that lasts. Custom version of the Nomad. Interesting. Thanks, Mad Mike. Daddy G. I think Daddy G is going to have a car in pretty much every group before the end of the night. Daddy G helped me out. I don't remember what this one's called. It's something Fire. No, because there was one called Blue Fire. I got to look it up now. Red Dawn. Oh, we had Blue Heat was the earlier one. This one's Red Dawn. Good names, by the way. Holy Grail car. Nice. Yeah, I can't believe they sent it to me if it's that nice. Kit Cam will get his first shot on track against Doc and Daddy G. Ouch. That's going to be tough. And driver number 4, there he is, Dribbly Bob. Oh, man. Folks, Group 13 may be the group of death because all 4 of I'm guessing Kit's car is fast, but all 4 of those cars are just going to be stupid fast. All right. Bad Baron is the first driver of Group 14 in that 55 Chevy. Yep, Artemis, no. Unfortunately, your T-Bird did not get in. I think the only T-Bird that got voted in was Gray Wizard's green and white one. Not a lot of love for the T-Birds. Crazy Canucks other entry. And I think this is the only Big Air Bel Air that made it into round 2 out of like 4 or 5 of them. So whatever you did, Crazy Canuck, you did a good job. Yeah, lucky 13. All right. Oh, man. The most aggressive, potentially evil driver on the track, Maureen in Bomb Pop, joins Group 14. I'll be honest, I would not want to have to face her. I would rather let someone else try to take her out because she's going to take you out. All right, Cherry Doubt. Cherry Doubt is the last driver in Group 14. This is actually going really quick. I'm kind of surprised. Oh, and there's Dawn. So Dawn was technically the first car to arrive. I think I got it back in like July or August of last year. So, and Dawn's car is the only one of his type in the tournament. That 58 Plymouth Belvedere. I think it's a Johnny Lightning. Yeah, I like Maureen's car a lot too. It's pretty sweet. All right, Not a Thief. Ha. Oh, that figures. So Not a Thief will be driving against Dawn. Driver number 3 is DJ Littlepad. We just saw DJ on the track only a couple days ago. That'll be an interesting matchup because I think DJ's car actually weighs a fair amount, but it's like half the size of Not a Thief and Don's cars, like height, width, length. All right, there's Ken Olsen, and in the Dr Pepper 57 Chevy, Ken Olsen, the last driver in Group 15. So it seems like a lot of these groups are having a pretty wide range of castings. Like I figured there'd be at least one group where we get like 457s. And there it is, Gray Wizard and his award-winning Best in Show 55 Chevy. It definitely has taken a little bit of a beating sitting there by the finish line and racing. So Gray Wizard, you may have to repaint that when it gets back. Rufus, Go Team Trucks, will be driving against Gray Wizard. Oh, and we got another truck, Katie. I distinctly remember Katie's truck being pretty fast, so I'm already putting my money on Katie for Group 16. Oh, and Nathan D, our defending Party Wagon, I think 2 or 3 time Indiana diecast champion, driving one of those really cool G4 diecast racing 57s. All right. Only a few groups left. Michael Motorcycle will be the first driver of Group 17 in that Corvette. That's a car that I was surprised by how well he did. All right, and DJ from We Race Diecast will be going up against Michael. So we got a Corvette, a Nomad, and was that another Purple Passion by Scoop? And Dirty Murray. So there were not a lot of Furies that made it to round 2. So whatever Dirty Murray did to that car, he did it right. So good job, Dirty Murray. And, ooh, that was close. Flip will be the first driver of Group 18. You know what? And I'm just looking at the cars that are left, and I may have left one off, and I think I know which one it is, but we'll see when I get to it. So Fast Frank. Frank is fast. We'll be joining Flip. That's going to be hard to announce because there's going to be a lot of F's in that group. And there's Big Al in Slant 16, driving against Flip's Austin Healy and Fast Frank's. You know, I don't remember what that one's called. And Lady May is the final driver of Group 18. So let me know in the chat window, like what's going to be the toughest group, what's going to be the pushover group, who's got the best chance to win right now, you guys. All right, Group 19, AC Pryor, and I believe that's a Corvette as well. I really like that one. Maybe a 55 Corvette. Pretty cool. Going up against AC is Arlo. I feel like we're short a lot of cars on this wheel, so I'll get that sorted out later. But like I say, the disclaimer is just above mediocre, so not great. Shy Wheeler will be the next driver of Group 19, and then Becky Vincent. I had to kind of rush to get this wheel of names put together because with all the pictures, it would only let me save about half of the wheel. So I had to build the second half of it and put all the pictures in this afternoon. So, all right. Wow, I must have left a lot of drivers off of this wheel. Man, like Is this amateur hour or what? Sheesh. So we'll have to get that sorted out later. But T Flip will be the first driver of Group 20. Yeah, right, RTR. I know you guys are in there, so don't worry. You are definitely in there. I'll get you in here. I apologize. And yep, Rubber Toe's going to be the next driver on Group 20. So obviously I've got, sheesh, what is that? 16. There are 17 cars on this list that for whatever reason did not get into the wheel of names. So, yep. Oh man. Uh, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the list. I'll find who's not on here because yep, like Spy Dude's another one that didn't make it on. Sam Hall, Cookie Monster. Yeah, I see a lot that didn't get in there. So I apologize for that, but I will I'll put together another short little recording and I'll publish that out as soon as I can. So hopefully by I don't know by the end of the night, but certainly by tomorrow I'll post it on Facebook. Who's in the yeah? There's episode 2 of the selection process. No kidding. So, but I'll get that shared out tonight. Who's filling the remaining 4 groups and who's the 4th driver in Group 20. So, all right. That's going to be it for me tonight. I hope you guys had fun watching this. If you did, let me know. I'll consider doing something like this. And, you know, for a first YouTube live experience, I don't think this did too bad. You know, apologies to those 17 cars I forgot. It's been a long day. All right. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, Daddy G, you have like 24 other cars in this. So, yep. All right, Big Al, I will check my red line messages. I appreciate y'all for showing up. This has been fun. Be sure to check in next time for more slightly above mediocre diecast racing. Have a good night, folks.